It's week 10 of the 2025 season, and we get to watch Nico Collins. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. It's the Texans and the Jags. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
It is time for football as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Stage is set, ball is on the tee, and off we go on EA Sports. This is fielded inside the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
Kirk is the motion man. Throwing on second down. Stroud got his man. It's Kirk. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. First carry for Joe Mixon. He'll work forward to the 40-yard line. Foye Oluokun with the play. They'll come up on a second down and 8. Here's the Florida Gator, Dameon Pierce. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes third down. Throwing from the pistol, Stroud. He's got his tight end, it's Schultz. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's second down. Now, Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face third down. They'll try and run for this with Mixon. And he is going to have a Texans first down. They're able to convert by plenty on that 3rd and 1. They'll go right back to Mixon. He'll be stopped after a short gain to about the 30. Foye Oluokun with the play. Second down and 8. Stroud going to set up to throw. To the left side. And caught by Schultz. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Well, this is how you dream up the opening script. You get the ball first, and you want to go down and set the tone for the rest of the game. Well, it looks like the coaches did a great job when they built that script during the week. But that big-time throw, they got a shot now with 1st and goal to end this opening drive with a touchdown.
Here's Pierce. And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up 2nd and goal. From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. One more time, they try Pierce. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. From back at the 5, here now 3rd and goal. From the gun, here's Stroud. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Darnell Savage, terrific coverage there, able to get a hand on it. 4th down, and on comes Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans will take a 3-0 lead.
You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. Leading them out, the former #1 overall pick back in the 2021 draft, it's Trevor Lawrence.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even keel. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He just shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
2nd and 7. Once again, it's ETN. A hit, and he has lost the football. But this is taken in by a teammate.
Pretty fortunate right there, Mike. If that ball bounces just a different direction, that could easily be a turnover or even points the other direction.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. That's into the hands of Travis Etienne. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Jaguars ready to punt this one away. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Texans offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0 our score as we begin 1st and 10. And he fought through one tackle, stayed on his feet, but they'll get him down for no gain.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hacks to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
Look at him move away from a tackler as he winds up gaining 7 yards. Nice run there. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Texans set to punt this one away. And he's going to be hit and dropped right away. That's great coverage there. Winds up with nothing on the return. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. He has run the ball well to this point in the season, right there amongst the NFL leaders in rushing. They'll give it to Etienne to start this drive. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stuck.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
That's out wide. They're trying the tight end screen. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play in this opening quarter. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. And more from Houston coming up in a moment. Here's Logan Cook now, as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. And he works his way through an opening. Up past the 35. Nice run for 8 on that one. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On play action. Stroud. Open man downfield. It's Nico Collins. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting to third down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. But when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to third and have it plays, that's when an offense is really firing.
That one caught by Schultz, the tight end. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. On the ground, it's Mixon. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Here's Stroud. This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. That's the 2nd time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Stroud to throw. Open man, the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Encroachment defense. Automatic 1st down.
So the penalty sets up this offense for 1st and goal. Back to throw. Stroud. Crushed. It's incomplete. He did get the pass off, but he got drilled before he let it go. Try it again here from the 7-yard line. 2nd down and goal. Stroud gives it to Pierce. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. Looking for that final yard. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try and run with Mixon. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Texans. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Jaguars offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. And nothing doing from the offense just yet. Down 10-0 as they come up with 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Now some movement up front. Flags down. Mistake-filled first half continues. Second down, Lawrence. To the outside. Catch made by Brown.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for Jacksonville. And no run back here. Fair catch taken at the 17-yard line. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. They've got the 10-0 advantage here early. And they'll see if they can add to it. Beginning on this drive, 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Stroud. This one complete to Jordan. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now, faking the give. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Devin Lloyd. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
And we've seen this throughout the entire game, Mike. These receivers are having a hard time uncovering against this secondary. You force a quarterback to throw into a lot of tightly contested windows, it's going to end up in the wrong hands.
The Jags offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll start with the football already in the red zone. Big opportunity here on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. 3rd and 5. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump?
Encroachment, defense. Still 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. So instead of going for the 1st down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars are on the board. It's now 10-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Texans offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And he is going to score. A pick six for the touchdown. We saw it earlier, the defense on the quarterback with the earlier interception. And now, Greg, not only do they pick him, they turn it into a pick six.
And, Mike, the reality is this has just been a bad first half throwing the football. I mean, not only is it his second interception, but this time the defense gets their hands on the ball, and they're able to take it all the way back for the pick six.
Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars will tie things up. It's now 10-10. All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Texans offense ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. Over the middle, he's got the tight end Schultz. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Pierce. And he gets this up close to the 40. Tyson Campbell there to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 9. Stroud. Whoa. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. 2 minutes to play here in what's been an even first half. Greg and I back from Houston in a moment. Here's 3rd and 2. To throw, it's Stroud. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. 17 yards on that connection. 1st down for Houston.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points, but either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
And just a short pickup there to the 35. Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Jaguars offense getting set to get back to work. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and pressure, gets there, and down he goes. The Jags will use the first of their timeouts here. Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. On the handoff, it's ETN. The Texans going to go ahead and use their first timeout here. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter. Here's the punter now. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The home team's offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. Throw left side, taken in by Kirk. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun, here's Stroud. He's back to Schultz. He's got it again. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Texans going to use the last of their timeouts here. Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. This one from just under 50 yards. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Texans add on to their lead.
It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the first half. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. A safe kick taken at the 5. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. A nice nimble run as he manages to pick up 3. Lawrence now on 2nd down. Firing right side, brought in by Brown.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
A gain there of 10 yards. 1st down, Jacksonville.
In today's game, Mike, we're so used to seeing everyone go for quarterback sneak in this situation. 3rd and inches, just let your quarterback kind of barrel forward and get a fresh set of downs. But a nice change up here, giving the ball to your back. Not only does he pick up the 1st down, but he gets plenty of yards after that.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. They'll try and run for the 1st with ETN. A gain of 11 there, and a 1st down.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play. Lawrence. Right back to Thomas. He's got it again. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 21 is the line to gain as we hit 3rd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jaguars will cut the lead from 6 down to 3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. Into space. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Houston. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans will extend this 3rd quarter lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. To throw is Lawrence. That's going to be caught by the rookie from Colorado. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to Etienne. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Here's Lawrence. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. On the draw, the give to Etienne. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. Now here's Lawrence. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down. run the toss here to Etienne. And he will get into the end zone. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars are back within a field goal. The lead is 3. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The home team's offense and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. Open man, that's Collins. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now Pierce. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too. Here comes 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. That one on target with Kirk. They've got it. 10 yards, the gain on the pitch and catch. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They will work the middle with Mixon. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
So as we take a look at the box score, Mike, you realize here they got the lead. We're in the 2nd half, but they don't have a lot of rush yards. It's because they use the passing game to score points and establish the lead. Now, how we judge their run game is from here to the end of the game. Can they pile up yards now in the 2nd half and close this game out? Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. He dropped for the loss of a yard. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. They'll go play action with Stroud. The Texans getting all set to punt as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The visitors' offense and Travis Etienne set to get back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Second down, Lawrence. He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that second down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in third and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3-and-out, they better hold up here in pass protection.
They need one right now. Third and long. Going for it all. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. Third down stop sets up fourth down. Punting unit comes on. Jaguars will kick it away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Texans offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. In motion now, it's Collins. On 2nd down, Stroud. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Now Stroud. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 37 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. To throw is Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. 3rd and a yard. Throwing is Stroud. And that's going to wind up uncatchable out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. So it is still a one-score game, but a little more breathing room now.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. A quick slant. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. One of his teammates there to take it back in. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a 1st down. In motion comes Thomas. On 1st down, Lawrence. This one is caught, and it's the tight end, Strange. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Lawrence. Throw left side, taken in by Thomas.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Christian Harris.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. On play action, Stroud. That one underneath here to Mixon. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and we'll step out for a moment. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. This one complete to Jordan. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. From the gun, here's Stroud. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down. Now, faking the give. Got his man at the 6. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So, really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
Off play action. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Jaguars have it. Those are the places on the field where the defense wants to come up with the big plays, and that was one. Down deep, get to the quarterback, knock it out, and come up with the recovery.
Mike, this is one of those times where I think for a quarterback, they get caught in between. Do I want to be a runner and take it in myself? Do I have time to let my wide receivers develop in the end zone? I think he holds on to it just a little too long. The defense pokes it free and creates a huge turnover.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Here's Lawrence to throw. He will find Thomas. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now Lawrence. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. This is 1st and 10. Lawrence. Look wide. Get this one complete. Here's 2nd down. Now here's Lawrence. Right back to Thomas. He's got it again.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game. So you roll the dice on offense and you fail. But now you can't give up. Your defense has to go out there and get a stop. You have all 3 timeouts. You have time to get the ball back one more time on offense. So now your defense needs to answer the bell and give your offense one more shot.
On 1st down, they'll start with Mixon. And a nice tackle in the open field limits the gain to only 1. Here's a 2nd and 9. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he'll get this across midfield as he's brought down, following a pickup of 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll run a draw with Mixon. Now the Jags will use their 3rd and final timeout to stop it here with 1:07 on the clock. We're all set to kick this one away. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Jaguars offense headed back to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Call it a gain of 13. That's good for a Jaguar. 1st down. Here's Lawrence. That one's complete. It's Tank Bigsby. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Catch made right side by Thomas. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play. They'll try again here. It's 2nd and 10. Here we go. One final play. He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be intercepted. That's the safety, Jimmy Ward.
Pass interference. Defense.
To throw is Lawrence. Oh, the pressure too much. He goes down. So it's a win here for the Texans. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the second time this year. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans, as we say, so long from Houston.